Yeah, we can't wait to see the people of Lakewood again. We've missed them this last 6 months, and so we're excited to announce that on October 18th we're going to have in-person services again. So we can't wait.
And how do you want to assure your congregation that the services will be safe?
Yeah, we went to great detail to take precautions to keep people safe. We care about our members. We care about the city of Houston, the people that live here, and so we've taken measures to make touchless faucets and touchless, all those different areas. The new escalator rails are all antimicrobial, and just all the things that we can do to make sure people are safe. We're going to follow Mayor Turner and the government's recommendations of only doing 25% capacity. So we'll social distance and do the mask and do everything we can to keep our members and the people of Houston safe.
Was there a deciding factor on the date?
It was interesting. It just felt like it was the right time. And then right after that, Mayor Turner said that venues could have 25% capacity. So I think it was more just a feeling for me that it just felt like the right time. And of course, we're still open. If we look up in a couple of weeks and things aren't going well and the children aren't doing good in school, then we will make the changes. But there's been a lot of input from our members that they're ready to come back. And so, we feel like we can do it very safely, the best of our abilities, and so it feels like the right time.
I was going to ask you, what did you learn from a spiritual perspective about guiding your flock through the pandemic?
Well, I think I've learned, and I've tried to share with people that, sometimes, we think we're in control, but really God is in control. And that's where you have to choose to live from a place of peace and a place of faith and not a place of fear. Because there are a lot of, so much uncertainty and what's going to happen and what about my job and, what about this illness and all. But I think you have to come back to that place of trust, that place of faith that God, you're in control and I'm going to trust you with my life.
What are some of the things have you done any self-reflecting or anything during time off or during the pandemic?
Yeah, I think I have, and I've encouraged everybody to. I think it's a time of rebooting. I mean, God has shut everything down, or the virus has, but I still believe God's, still in control. So I think it's a good time to look inside and say, what's important in my life? Are my priorities in the right place? And then even coming out of this, what changes do I need to make? Maybe God is telling us to do some things a different way. And so that's what we've been open to here at Lakewood, because it's easy to get stuck in a rut and just do it. But I think it's a great time to kind of reboot, to come back with fresh ideas and new ways of doing things.
Is there anything in terms of seat spacing or anything like that, the social distancing?
Yeah, I think we're going to study it all, but I think it'll have to be every other row. And, if I understand it right, families can sit together, but then we'll leave some space there. So, the building, it's a big building, so we can still house a lot of people. And so we're going to do it, to the best of our ability. First couple of weeks, we're going to ask people to sign up so we know how many is going to come. And so we'll take that all into account. But, we're excited about getting back.
Is there any kind of pre-registration online or anything?
There is. Right now, you can go online to the Lakewood website and just sign up. And it's no tickets. It just lets us know who's going to be here. And again, in the indications in the last few hours that the website's been up, we're going to have way more than we can handle. So we'll probably have to do a lot more services than we're thinking right now. So we'll take care of the people. And but yeah, they can register now.
I was going to say, how have you managed to stay afloat during this trying time?
God is faithful, and there's great people that support the ministry. And it's interesting because even though we haven't been having services, the outreach in all of our, I want to say numbers, or the number of people watching and listening has more than doubled again. And so it's just, we know people are looking for hope. They're looking for inspiration. They are uncertain. They're worried, and people are anxious, so they turn to our ministry. So we've seen it in one sense. We don't hate that anybody got sick, but in another sense, it's a time that we could shine brighter. Our online numbers, our television numbers, all that, we're able to impact people more than we ever had in our 60 years.
I was going to say, what would you tell, I always ask this kind of question, what would you tell your flock about God's guidance in uncertain times? Just
Yeah.
to get,
Yeah, I
feel
just,
inspired.
sure, yeah, I just tell them to, to believe that God is in control. It's not necessarily, you don't need faith when everything's going your way in one sense, but it's in these tough times when you don't maybe see anything happening and, things aren't going your way. That's when you dig into your faith and say, God, I believe you. And I believe that's when you get that peace that only God can give. Because otherwise you live worried and you listen to all the news and what's going to happen. But you come back to that place of peace that, God, I trust you. You're in control. This isn't a surprise to you. And then you feel that peace and that strength to make it through the difficult times. And I really believe, and I've told our members this many times, we're going to come out, if you keep the right attitude, you're going to come out better. You're going to come out stronger. You're going to have another moment where you can trust the faithfulness of God. You can look back and say, hey, he brought me through 2020 when everything shut down, and here I am. Well, he's done it in the past. He'll do it again in the future.